Hello students, let us start our new session of chapter number 2, Units and Measurements. Here we are going to understand how we able to measure the distance which is very small. In earlier session we understood that long distances not possible to measure through meter scale. So the distance between planets or diameter of the planet, to measure that distance, we used parallax method. Now, other side of it, if we want to measure the size of molecules, then again meter scale is not possible to measure the distance. So here, that molecule size is very much small, that is in terms of 10 raised to minus 8 meter to 10 raised to minus 10 meter. For that, we can use optical microscope. Optical microscope is the microscope, micro size of object can be visible. Here, optical microscope means microscope in which we can use the light signal. The light signal which is visible to us, that is available in the wavelength range 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. In earlier session we understood nanometer. Nano means 10 raised to minus 9. Now here it is given in terms of angstrom. Angstrom is the unit in to measure the small distance. 1 angstrom equals to 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So here this wavelength 400 nanometer means 400 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter. While we want to convert into the angstrom, then multiply and divide with the 10. So here we can also define the range in angstrom, 400 angstrom to 4000 angstrom to 7000 angstrom. So this is what the range of visible band in which all the colors which we able to see through our eye, that is lying within this range of the wavelength, or the rainbow which is visible to us, all the colors of the rainbows also available within this range of wavelength. Red color is having a maximum wavelength and violet color having a minimum wavelength. Other than this optical microscope, we can use electron beam. Here, electron beam can give more resolution compared to optical microscope, in which we are providing electron, the wavelength of an electron, in the fraction of an angstrom. For that, we are using electron microscope, which is having the resolution 0.6 angstrom, in which this electron we are putting in electric and magnetic field. So we are focusing that electron beam in properly designed electric and magnetic field, and from that we able to measure the size of electron also. Other than that, the technology which is utilizing right now, that is tunneling microscopy. This tunneling microscopy is developed, which also give the better resolution, that is better than the angstrom range it provides. So by using this technique, which is utilizing right now also this tunneling microscopy, from which we able to measure the size of molecules. Now to understand this method, let us do one activity. Let us take a material, that is oleic acid, and we want to measure the molecule size of that oleic acid. This oleic acid is a soapy liquid which is having a large molecule size, larger molecule size, that is in terms of 10 raised to minus 9 meter. This 10 raised to minus 9 means nanometer. Now we want to create a monomolecular layer. Mono means single. So here this soapy liquid, using that, let us create a surface in such a manner, the layer in such a manner that this layer thickness is very much small. Thickness of the layer is the size of the molecule. We want that much thickness of the layer, that a thickness of the layer equal to size of the molecular. This layer we are going to generate on water surface. For that, dissolve 1 centimeter cube of oleic acid in alcohol and make the solution 20 centimeter cube. Now whatever that solution is generated, take 1 centimeter cube of this solution and dilute it into 20 centimeter cube of alcohol. So now the total concentration we are having 1 upon 20 cross 20 centimeter cube of that aloic acid. Now sprinkle some lycopodium powder onto the surface of the water and put 1 drop of this solution in water. So whatever that solution is there, it will be sprayed out into this thin circular form. So this thickness of the layer, that is equivalent to the size of the molecular onto the water surface. Now quickly we can measure the diameter of that thin surface, thin layer, and we able to get its area. Now, so here this is how we able to measure the size of the molecule by generating its layer. Now, for example, instead of 1 drop of oleic acid solution, if we drop n drops in water, then it generates a volume of each drop. So here if the volume of each drop is V centimeter cube, and if n number of drops we are dropping on water surface, then total volume is n into V centimeter cube, right? So the amount of oleic acid in the solution we able to get n into V, the volume divided by concentration, that is 1 divided by 20 cross 20 centimeter cube. So this is how the solution of aloic acid sprayed very fast onto this water surface by its thickness, and we able to measure the size of this thickness. By that we able to measure the size of molecule. Now if this solution sprayed to form a film area A centimeter square, then the thickness of that layer is volume divided by area. This is what we have defined. So that is NV divided by 20 cross 20 into A, right, into centimeter. So this is how we able to get the monomolecular thickness layer through which diameter of the molecule we can measure, right? Now let us take example regarding this. If the size of a nucleus, it is in the range of 10 raised to minus 15 to 10 raised to minus 14 meter, is scaled up to the tip of sharp pin, what roughly is the size of an atom? Assume tip of the pin to be in the range of 10 raised to minus 5 meter to 10 raised to minus 4 meter. So here the nuclear size is given. This nuclear size is 10 raised to minus 15 meter to 10 raised to minus 14 meter. We are going to scale up in the range of 10 raised to minus 5 meter and 10 raised to minus 4 meter. So here the difference is there. The minimum size is given of the nucleus 10 raised to minus 15 meter. While we want to scale up in 10 raised to minus 5 meter, then we have to scale up by the factor of 10 raised to 10. So here This atom roughly size 10 raised to minus 10 meter will be scaled up by the size of 1 meter. So now in this way, nucleus in an atom is small in size as the tip of a sharp pin placed at the center of sphere of the radius. Here the range of the length is given. This, if you focus from bottom to top, the maximum length is available, that is the boundary of universe which is observable till now, that is in terms of 10 raised to 26 meter, and the minimum size which is measured till now, that is a size of proton, that is in terms of 10 raised to minus 15 meter. So this is how this range is available. Different device have different object having a different size which till now we able to measure maximum to minimum. Here 1 Fermi means 1 F, which is defined in terms of 10 raised to minus 15 meter, which is the minimum size of proton. 1 angstrom, that is 10 raised to minus 14 meter. The larger unit to measure the distance between planets, which we can use astronomical unit 1 AU, that is equal to 1.496 into 10 raised to 11 meter. Another unit we can use to measure the distance, that is a light year, that 1 light year equal to 9.46 into 10 raised to 15 meter. This light year is measured by the velocity of light, that velocity of light, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, it covers how much distance in 1 year. Accordingly, this value has been measured. Another unit is parsec, that is a distance at which average radius of Earth orbits subtended at an angle of 1 arc second, and its value is 3.08 into 10 raised to 16 meter. Clear? This is what all about the measurement of length and range of lengths. Now, let us move further to measure the mass of the object. Generally, mass of the object, it remains same in everywhere onto the earth. It is not going to be vary, even though the temperature, pressure or location variation is there, but mass of the object remains constant. Its SI unit is kilogram. It is denoted, its symbol is a small kg. Here, but while we want to measure the mass of atoms and molecules, then kilogram we cannot use it directly. So for that, another smaller unit we are using, that is unified atomic mass unit, which is denoted, symbolized as a small u. And we can define that in the reference of carbon material, because carbon is the material in which, if it is available at the rest condition, that is that carbon is available in a neutral position. So that neutral condition we are taking as a reference. So atomic mass we can measure with the reference of it. Atomic mass of carbon is 12. So this is how we can get it. 1 U, that is equal to 1 upon 12 of mass of an atom of carbon 12. And if that is an isotope condition we define, that 12:6 carbon C. Here the including mass of electrons, that is 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27 kilogram. Otherwise, in general, we are using a normal balance condition to measure the mass of objects. Just like if we go at the grocery shop to purchase any grocery, or at with vegetable vendor, if we purchase any vegetables or fruits, they are giving that particular material by using that balancing method. They measure the mass of that vegetables or fruits or grocery by using this technique and giving you by that amount. But if we want to measure the mass of large masses, that is the mass of planets or universe or star or galaxy, for that we are using Newton's law of gravitation. In that case, we are using centripetal force condition, which is applied from the center. It defines in such a manner that how much centripetal force is required to that planet to rotate in that particular orbital motion in a circular path. Accordingly, its mass of the planet can be decided. Likewise, if we want to measure the mass of small objects, just like atomic structure or subatomic particles, for that we are using mass spectrograph, in which radius of that trajectory is proportional to the mass of a charged particle which is moving in electric and magnetic field. So here, in particularly designed electric and magnetic field, while the charge is provided, then we are defining how much force is required to make that charges in motion. Accordingly, we able to measure the mass of that charged particle or atomic structure. Here it is given the range of masses. This range of mass, if you observe from bottom to top, the maximum mass is available of the universe, that is in terms of 10 raised to 55 kilogram, and minimum mass is available with the electron, that is in terms of 10 raised to minus 13 kilogram. Clear? So this is what all about the mass, measurement of the mass of small and large particles or objects. Here we are going to end this session. Hope you understood. Thank you.